Fogo.
Instagram. It's a great place to look at photos. It's a great place to look at women. Anyways. It's also a great platform for you to look and discover other photographers. It's important as you increase your skill that you keep motivating yourself, that you keep on looking for inspiration. Today I'm going to talk about 5 photographers that have inspired me. We're going to go in alphabetical order. Our first photographer on our list is Conor Leslie. You may recognize her from a certain DC show. Her weapon of choice is a Pentax K1000. Now, something very unique about this photographer is that she uses film cameras. Something that it may be difficult for some of you because there's no LCD screen on the camera. It's kind of either you got it or you didn't. So I find that really inspiring. So we're gonna go through our first photos. So her style is she likes to take candid photos. That's something I really like to do. When I take a picture, I don't tell people to smile. I try to hide. I try to kind of sneak up on them, and that way you have a true human emotion. It's not something posed, it's not something really fake, it's something very authentic. So that's something that I really admire from her photographs. She considers herself a street photographer. She's also, like I said, a candid photographer, and she generally just captures people in their lifestyle and their native. It could be on the street, it can be on their job. She tends to capture people just doing their normal daily routines. So we're gonna go to the first photo, and it appears there's a boy and a girl playing. I believe she took this in Italy. As you can see, she looks like she's hiding behind a wall. Like I said, she's a candid photographer, so she's not gonna always let the people know or her subjects know that she's taking a picture. So she mostly was probably trying to hide from them and then take a picture. Okay, going to our next photo. This is a portrait. It seems to be a black girl with an umbrella. I'm not sure what she's carrying, but look at it. Look at how clear it is. Look at how clean it is. Like I said, film photography is extremely difficult, so she obviously knows what she's doing. I really like the color. I really like that it's black and white. Black and white really adds a depth to your photos. It adds like more emotion. It's more cinematic in my opinion. So I really like black and white photos. And last, like I said, she took a trip to Italy, and this was also probably taken in Italy. It's a guy, is on his break. I really like the background. I'm guessing this is Venice. Great color, great focus. Like I said, here is that another example of candid photographer that, she probably didn't know she was taking this picture. He looks like he's eating something. I really like her pictures, guys. Next on our list, we have Francisco Javier Zarate. Okay, you can follow him on Instagram. His screen handle, I believe, is Hanel Pixen. Something that I really like about this photographer is that he's from Celaya, Guanajuato, which is a city that I frequently visit every year for Semana Santa, Holy Week. His weapon of choice, I don't know the exact model, but I believe he's a fellow Nikon user, just like me, so points for that. And his type of photography, I would have to say it's every photographer takes a bunch of styles, but if I could sum it in one category, he would be a cultural photographer, because he's always taking pictures of architecture. He's always taking pictures of events, people in his city, all over the state of Guanajuato. Let's go to our first photo. So our first photo here, like I said, he's a cultural photographer. So something that's really popular in Mexico and all over the world now is the Day of the Dead. So here we have, a kind of a spooky portrait of, of a lady with the skull makeup, with the dark eyes, and she has the flowers. I really like how he put the sun right behind her. It gives her some of that natural lighting, and it can kind of highlight her head, her shoulders. I really like that, and I really like the way he colors his photos. It's no doubt about it that the subjects already have a bunch of color, but he's just, the way he edits it, and he just angles the camera. Just, it's amazing the way he edits his photos. There's a lot of color, a lot of culture, a lot of life. So let's move on to the next photo. And here we go. Here we have, probably an artisan guy making I don't know what he's making. He's seems to be working with clay, but here we go. Beautiful background. You could see the city. You could see the old architecture. Probably a church in the background, and a lot of beautiful color. Look at the color of his blue shirt. And yeah, man. And the last one, like I said, he also takes pictures of architecture. I believe this is Guanajuato right here. So look at that pink building, that blue sky, that green. It's just, he's very lucky that he lives in a beautiful city, and he's just able to capture all of that beautifulness. I don't know if that's even a word, but in that frame. So I'm constantly following him on Instagram. He posts very frequently, and I think you guys should check him out. I apologize in advance if I get your name wrong. Our next photographer is originally from France, but he lives in South London. His name is Jean-Jacques Calbayrac, I believe. Please correct me I'm sorry if I butchered your name. But he's currently residing in England, and his weapon of choice, now this is very unique. Remember guys, sometimes it's not about the camera, sometimes it's the photographer. His weapon of choice is a Game Boy camera. That's right, a Game Boy camera. You can follow his account. He uploads all kinds of, people, buildings. We'll show you some examples, but he does everything on this Game Boy camera. Okay, so let's go to the first photo. Here we go. We have a portrait. Like I said, you're not gonna have the best type of quality with the Game Boy camera. There's definitely a lot of grain. It's a small photo, but you gotta admit, the guy knows how to capture emotion. Look at that, a happy guy smiling. And then we have, like I said, he also does architecture. So here's where he took 6 different photos. So he had to position himself in 6 different places, and just to take picture of this one building. And I really like it, guys. I don't know, I know it's pixelated. It might be pixelated for everyone, but it's art. Look at it. It's amazing. It's amazing that you could do that with just a Game Boy. Here we have another portrait, a little dark on the one side, but like I said, he's very limited, but he's able to capture happiness, expression. Man, I would love to get a Game Boy camera just to mess around. Okay, so our next group of photographers, they call themselves mellifluous.graphy, and it's a group of 2 women from Korea. To you guys, I have to say, 안녕하세요. 저는 사입니다. 반갑습니다. I'm so sorry if I butchered your language, your beautiful language, and the name of your Instagram account. Their weapon of choice, I don't know what type of camera they use, but their style is very unique. They specialize in wedding photography, and something that they incorporate is beautiful backgrounds, beautiful landscape, beautiful locations. As you can see in photo 1, we have a beach with a young couple, beautiful blue sky, beautiful blue water. It's amazing what these guys do. Photo 2, okay, we have a forest, and if you could see, there's suns coming in from the top, hitting both bride and groom with that beautiful headlight, natural headlight. You could tell these guys, they know what they're doing. And here we go, another picture in the forest of I think it's the same couple, I'm not too sure. But here we go, here they're embracing each other. They're about to give themselves a smooch, and like I said, guys, these guys, they know what they're doing. Beautiful backgrounds, beautiful couples, they're dressed up, it's just, Okay, last on our list, we have Michael Anthony Villar. Now, Michael takes a lot of pictures of, people on the street. He likes to take pictures of buildings, landscape, and a unique thing he does is he takes panoramic photos. So that's usually when you take your camera and you take a long picture of, continuously of an object, of a landscape, of a building. Or the other way to do it is to take multiple pictures and stitch them all together in Photoshop or something like that. Kind of how our French photographer does with the Game Boy camera. Alright, so let's go to his first photo. Okay, so like I said, here's a street photo. I believe this is New York. Here we have a cello player. I love the background, you kind of have it looks like he was taken at a park. I really like that it's black and white. Like I said, it adds more emotion, more feel. Let's look at photo number 2. Here we have a young lady. Again, Michael's using the rule of thirds, just like we talked about. and you know, it's very clear. I really like the background. It looks like some type of alleyway. So I really like this photo because it's just genuine. It's just a girl and in the city, in the street. And let's take a look at the last photo. Here we go. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. It's a panoramic photo. I believe this is Echo Park in Los Angeles. I guess those are balls in the water, but here we go. I'm not too sure if this was taken with a phone or with a camera, but it's kind of cool. Kind of have everything's in focus, everything's in the picture. You can see the water. It's kind of like you're there. It's like you're immersing yourself in the photo. If you guys, you know, want to check out more of his photos, follow him on Instagram. Alright guys, so these are some of the photographers that inspire me. If you guys have any recommendations, I would love to see some in the comments section below. I'll leave a link to all their pages and all their websites in this video down below so you guys can check them out. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you later.